Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Virche Evermore. Having a blast in Lucas's route. Capucine's a crazy bitch. Jesus. God, it keeps getting more insane every freaking second that happens. I have so much fun. Anyway, we are probably... Well, we're obviously back at the Institute, so we're with Dahut or Cyan. Probably Dahut, I would guess. Maybe both. Because Dahut was what involved with, Nadia. It makes a little more sense now, too, because then they brought up Ordy, and then, Capucine is Ordy, so... Fun times! Fun times! This game gets more insane as it goes, and there's so many twists that, listen! They set up so that you knew Lucas was Porto to begin with, but he's actually being brainwashed, and Capucine's insane, and is, really, really, really into DNA. Hey, baby. Nice double helix you got. You know what I mean? He's got some issues, and then he turned Nadia into a monster, and, Look, sometimes you can't see these twists coming. Jesus! And Anko's probably dead! Whatever. Anyway, it was slightly past midnight. As usual, the researchers were staring at the genetic data provided without concern for their personal health. That feels like my life, except for I'm not staring at genetic data, but... It was the same with the deputy director, Dahut. His team's focus was on the heart. The next update would be coming soon. They needed to ensure that there were no issues with changes in memory size or transferring emotions into memory. Looks like we're busy as usual, especially with so many of Boro's victims. Since he's targeting relivers, I thought he'd come after us. I'm grateful we have dependable security guards. Just as he was thinking of what to bake to show his gratitude to them... Dahut, I'll be ready in 10 seconds. We're taking the guards with us to the Society's hospital. You lead the 2nd Brigade. Cyan continued with a serious expression, saying that they were going to arrest some criminals. Huh? Arrest? So is the hospital finally in trouble for their insane medical bills? No. Do you remember our employee being admitted there because of ulcers? A few hours ago, he somehow returned to the Institute as a reliver. Isn't it a good thing he came back safe and sound? And I don't see why we have to go in and... Did you just say reliver? At a hospital managed by an anti-reliver cult? I was like, sweetie, did you? Okay. Just took him a second. Ding ding, you see a little light bulb? More importantly, doubt they have the proper equipment to do such a thing. So how... The request I got from Karun's the answer to your questions. He thought for a bit. He even reached out in search of a possible facility that illegally manufactured relivers. Which meant... Are you saying that the hospital revived Boro as a reliver? I assume that's the case. But no, not really. Oh. Actually, Lucas could have a clone, to be fair. So... That's actually... Well, okay, wait a minute, but I said that... Okay. I threw that out there, didn't I? That, maybe there's multiple Lucases, but he obviously doesn't know, so I kind of forgot about that. But, Capucine or somebody else was the one who poured... I still don't think the one that had acid poured on them really felt like Lucas, though. Because he ran and got hit by a car, Lucas would have dented the fucking car and would have also Spider-Man'd off the fucking walls. We've seen what he's capable of doing. That one seemed a little fake. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that the one that Lucas kicked into the wall, that busted the wall and then bounced off the fucking walls and escaped the way Lucas would have, couldn't have been a Lucas clone. Well, that's fucking interesting. Kind of forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, like he said, oh yeah, they have someone else. Oh my god. Genius. Because he was like, I don't know, but I'd like to meet them and whatever, because when Lucas dies, they're not too concerned because, well, we have his clone. Whatever. Because Nadia wasn't really dead when they brought her clone back, to be fair. So, Cyan could literally create an army of himself.
There are just rules that are like, no. You know? So.
I assume that's the case. Our former employee who was replaced with the reliver must be experiencing hell now. Besides, look at the handwriting on the medical chart he stole.
This handwriting... You look through the wrinkled papers. They're going to recognize Orty's handwriting? As Science said, the writing used to chart the notes about the patient looked familiar. Too familiar. It looked like the handwriting of a criminal from a number of years ago. Orty? Yes, the handwriting was strangely similar to the handwriting of the man who should have been executed for toying with life.
The royal family finally spilled everything after I pressed them for answers. And by press them, I mean I threatened to delete their backups.
It's like, you might be
the king, but I'm your fucking god, so I'm gonna need you to give me answers or I'm pressing the delete button.
Like, I feel like he would have said it totally fucking chill. Cyan knows who the fuck has the power around here. And it's him, and he's kind of just lazy and lackadaisical, and I kind of fucking love it.
What apparently happened was that Orty escaped when the soldier in charge let his guard down. They then put the blame on another guard and hid their failure from the public.
Well, that sounds typical. That meant... Dahut quickly looked through the medical records once more. The handwriting was similar to Orty's, but the name of the doctor responsible for writing the medical record showed Capucine. It was the same doctor in charge of Nadia's care. That pervert who killed countless children under the guise of preserving genes for his own good. He was with Nadia every day? Oh! Pressed the wrong button on our mini-dad. He'll get ready right away. He'll take care of protecting the patient, so please take care of Just as Dahut was about to run out, there's an alarm. An alarm sounded for the first time in years. On! Science Command turned on the displays to show what was happening outside. There on the screen... Are we attacking them? Is it Nadia? A certain image appeared through the security cameras set outside the Institute. My god, the tension is so good. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so anxious. Oh my god, what's happening? A carpet of red spread across the front gate. Powerful guards and the reliver staff working outside. They were all dead, with every limb sliced from their bodies. But it's not really Lucas. Oh my god, is it Boro, but not Boro? Standing amidst the horror was... But we know where Lucas is! Okay. Alright, though. No, okay, so my brain is like, is this actually Lucas? And we're going to do a flashback and be like, okay, you know, Capucine's going to do something, I'll set Nadia, blah, 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 and then prompts Lucas to do this? Or this is the Lucas clone? Do we see anything on him that looks like a reliver mark? I'm wondering if, because again, that brought up that maybe Boro was cloned, like, because he's been knocked out so many times and drugged so much that he doesn't know that blood was never taken from him and used to create a clone version of himself. So Lucas is with us while Lucas 2 is over here doing this. Ooh, and that also explains how Lucas was in the same place with himself at the same time, because it really was him! I mean, they already kind of said that as like, oh, it was just somebody else, oh, well, we swapped in for a body double, but how was the body double as strong as you? Because the body double was literally your body doubling you. Oh, God. Cool. Man, this keeps getting more fun. Lucas Proust. He was there with the halberd that was used only by Bordeaux. He stood silently with an insane expression. Okay, and we're going to be back here with Lucas, and so that's our key that... And Capucine, so Capucine doesn't care if he dies, because he's got a psycho clone. Nadia... Lucas fell to the floor with his head in his hands in front of what was once Nadia. She didn't move at all, even when he spoke her name. As for me, I still couldn't believe what I was seeing. No, I didn't want to believe it, but she was just in her room. She looked so happy when she greeted us. So, why did this happen? Someone so innocent and kind. All I knew was, what do you think? Isn't my soon-to-be bride beautiful? Oh, while we're at it, perhaps I should call you brother as well. This man was the source of all that had happened. I mean, he makes me giggle because he's so insane. It's hilariously fun. You're like, this man's crazy. I can't not laugh at him because, like, Jesus Christ, it's absurd. He is really a psycho. Why, you? That hurt. He threw his bloody dagger in a fit of rage, but... Oh, Nadia used her beast-like claws to deflect the flying blade. Nadia, why are you protecting that scum? I forgot to mention, she doesn't remember you at all. My supporter introduced me to an interesting technique that allows me to control parts of the memory download process. So I implanted a false memory during her download. The only thing she knows is that I'm her husband. Nothing remains besides that. Now that I'm her one and only memory, she will try to protect me no matter what. With that, Capucine lifted some of Nadia's hair with his hand. Stop! Stop! She's my and Spacey's precious sister. She's not your bride. Please, Nadia. With us. I still haven't told you anything important. Hate me. You can despise me all you want, so please. His prayer wasn't answered. His bride saw a man trying to harm her husband, so she moved in to kill her brother. Her veins bulged as she raised her huge claw into the air. Seeing the reality of what was happening, I can't do this anymore. And stop. Boys lacked the will to live. Suddenly came to my senses and quickly reached out to the table next to me. I grabbed one of the containers that held some kind of liquid. Hope it's acid. What are you doing? Capucine was too slow to react as he probably didn't see me as a threat. He has got such a pretty angry bitch face. Listen, the man's a psychopath, I'm just saying, but I appreciate a hot villain, okay? Damn, bravo, game. Capucine does not get invited to the man harem because he's a little too fucking crazy. There's fun crazy, and then there's whatever the fuck he is. But, I'm still going to enjoy that they made him pretty. Man, at least you made him nice to look at while we're over here the actual fuck is wrong with him? What is wrong with you? Without much thought, I quickly started throwing the containers filled with liquids between Lucas and Nadia. The liquids caused some kind of a reaction. The room quickly filled with white smoke and an irritating odor so strong that it was making me dizzy. Nadia, don't go any closer. That gas is poisonous. Nadia stopped upon hearing Capucine's command. After coughing a few times, I grabbed Lucas's arm from where it lay limp on the floor. Stand up, Lucas! This is our chance to escape! Please stand up! I don't want to see you killed by Nadia, so please! Probably didn't have any fight left in him. He slowly stood in a daze in response to my pulling on his arm. Can we just light this place on fire? We're gonna need some bombs. It's time to put an end to that monster. I can finally use that trigger I grafted into his mind. I look forward to hearing how you used the last of your life to kill the relivers, Lucas Proust. Or did he flip a switch, Lucas went crazy, and then he ended up there? I mean, that could have been what happened. I lent Lucas my shoulder as we did our best to leave the hospital. We fell into one of the nearby alleys the moment we made our escape. We somehow dragged ourselves through the alley, bruising our knees so that we could find a place to hide. was no commotion, and I didn't see anyone coming after us. Maybe he left us alone because Lucas was close to death. My former teacher remained stunned and unmoving. I did my best to somehow get us here, but I was at my limit, too. Yeah. Nadia. Despair and sorrow gripped my heart. I mean, I feel that. She didn't deserve that. I can only imagine the horrors Nadia must have experienced to be transformed into that gruesome body. So sad. I imagined her calling Lucas's name for help. I cried with anguish while Lucas showed no signs of emotion. A number of shadows appeared from above. The next moment, behind us appeared... Can't be... I saw a silhouette as tall as the fake who diverted suspicion from Lucas that night. Wasn't really a fake, it's him. Fake Lucas A. He created a fucking army. The man with his face hidden slowly walked toward Lucas. He then grabbed his head and slammed him onto the ground. What are you? I tried to stop him, but someone struck me hard on the temple. I lost my strength and crumpled to the ground. He was touching Lucas's neck to check his pulse. He then took out a familiar syringe. No! I extended my hand, but it was too late. The needle pierced Lucas's vein. Slowly, the liquid was injected as an invitation to madness. So maybe it really is Lucas. I figured Capucine would have made Lucas clones. But then again, he could have just taken whatever genes from Lucas, like, made him superhuman and injected it into somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't necessarily need to be, like, a Lucas clone. It could have just been anybody using that splicing kind of technology that he has, so. So hot. 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 My mind melted from the burning heat. Memories from the past and present swirled inside my mind. Nadia. Ever since I was a child, I can only cause destruction. Except for precious treasure, who used to innocently hold my hand. Vision exploded in white, and in the next moment, she had turned into a monster. All she wanted was to live like a normal person. She had to be remade into that deformed mass. Dark emotions I suppressed returned to defile my heart. Hate, 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 hate. That's a lot of hate repeating. It just keeps repeating hate. I'm not going to read all those because that's a lot. We're going to be here all day. Everything that took her life. My mind so clouded. I couldn't remember the person I should hate. Someone. Tell me who took her life. Whom should I take vengeance? Shh. That's Science Shadow. Allow me to tell you. It's all because of those demons. Your voice similar to mine from some patient. Oh, okay, it's Lucas's voice. If it weren't for reliver technology, that man wouldn't have succumbed to genes and changed Nadia to whom she is now. Or you must hate relivers. The ones who created them, Cyan Brophies. Oh! Don't unarm my precious sign! Listen! There was a line, Lucas, and this is it! Seek vengeance. Kill them all. Do not let a single one escape. Okay, so the psycho with the help, that was actually Lucas, not clone Lucas. Alright. Them to bring Nadia's soul peace. That was wrong, but only sad and spacey. Maybe it was. I don't know. We're gonna see. Is it actually like clone Lucas, or is it real Lucas gone mad? Who knows? It's enough. It's enough already. You've already done your very best. I wondered. Did my student become someone so precious to me? She said Nadia was sweet and wonderful after they first met. She didn't think of her as a poor soul like when I once saw her. Well, dear beloved. sins I carried would never disappear, but I didn't want to defile my body that she was willingly embraced with blood. Resolve quickly vanished upon feeling sharp pain run through my neck. Her image and voice melted into the darkness. I tried to reach out to her, but realized that I couldn't move. Kill. Like, he was angry and he was fighting the temptation before they injected him. Like, fuck, I thought he was fighting the injection, but nope. The command to kill slowly seeped into my mind with each wild heartbeat. The pulse sped up and my mind went numb. My precious emotions and memories were swallowed whole by the torrent of heat. Even my feelings for her, after already losing Nadia, I could no longer conjure the memory of her warm embrace. See. So this is the punishment I'm receiving from the real God. See. This is much more unbearable than simply judged. The final wail. Love was swallowed by hatred. I would like to hope that perchance because this is always gonna. I mean, we know this is gonna be bad. There's no way. This is a bad ending. Obviously, got a million bad endings. But I hope the not good endings, but the salvation end is that like poor Nadia doesn't have to suffer like that. That maybe we get her out before, even if she and Lucas die together. That's fine. Just not like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they set you up to be like, I don't like. We break Nadia out and she died in his arms, but at least she died a real little girl and not a monster. And you can't be mad at the game for that, even though you want to be mad at the game for like killing poor Nadia, but you're like, I mean, they set her up to die, but at least she's not gonna go out like this, like the monster that Capucine turned her into here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really fucked up, game. How dare you make me think, like, I wish we had broken her out and she died naturally as opposed to, like, but, like, fuck. Rude. Game rude. Like, the man walked away after injecting Lucas with 5 syringes. Oh, Jesus! There's no coming back from that. Well, this is it. Lucas! I somehow got back to my feet and rushed over to shake him back to consciousness, but breathing was shallow and his face pale. After numerous seizures, his mouth was covered in blood. I wasn't sure why they let us go. First, I needed to have Lucas get some medical treatment. My only hope now is to somehow get us to someone I can trust. As I tried to lift Lucas onto my back, the light from a candle lit the area. Stop! What are you two doing there? The districts were notified that all citizens are prohibited from going outside at night. 2 large men with the royal guard appeared in front of me. I raised my voice at our unexpected fortune. Please help! He's lost consciousness! I didn't have time to think about who I was asking for help. The men looked unhappy with being bothered by a commoner like me, but then... Hey, that person! He's covered in blood! Were you two attacked by Boreal? Kinda, sorta! His expression changed immediately as he misunderstood the situation. What? Girl! You're gonna tell us what happened later! Of course, but please, can we take him to a doctor first? There's a hospital nearby. We can take him there and... Well, I went to get a doctor from there earlier, but they kicked me out, saying that they didn't want to get involved with Boro. The 2 nodded, readily acknowledging the lies I spoke naturally. The 2 tried to lift Lucas up by first crouching to the ground when... Shimmer. I heard something cut the air. Petals of blood bloomed across the ground and walls. Huh? 2 fell to the ground as blood flowed from their necks. Lucas was slouched to the ground, but I looked at his fingertips. His cleanly cut nails were covered with warm blood. Lucas? He sliced their necks with his nails. A single swoop killed 2 trained soldiers. I held my breath. He slowly raised himself back up onto his feet. His mad laughing pierced the night sky. Look at how ethereally beautiful he looks right now as he's smiling at us, and he doesn't look crazy in the slightest, yet he's covered in blood and he crazy. God, I'm no longer deluded by such uncertainties. Pupils dilated while his beautiful irises contracted. That man hadn't created technology that spat upon life. And I may die as normal humans. I could have met Spacey and sinless. Lucas? The only thing his eyes exhibited now was hatred. He must know that what he was saying was a desperate wish. His regrets spilled out in fitful heaves, and at times seemed to come out as questions. His sanity had completely deteriorated. He then mumbled as he breathed heavily. An end to the existence that caused us despair. We'll kill every last one of them. Please wait! Quickly leapt onto a nearby roof. I quickly turned and prepared myself to run through the alleys when a certain figure appeared. Oh, hey! He's not dead! Or, because there's multiple Onkos. He's like, alright, one of you gotta come back and go over here. I don't know. Listen, we don't know. We don't really know what's going on. I told you before, that man is dangerous. Onko? I'm glad he's not dead, though. The Watchman of Death, who was supposedly killed and buried, came back to life and was now restraining me by the arm. But he's my boyfriend. And if he kills my other boyfriend, I'm gonna be upset. It's okay, we can have him go through a deprogramming process. The wind was blowing like this back then.
Here you are. I'm glad you're still awake, Mother.
Oh, Milo, what are you doing? What are you still doing up? I don't like that we came here because I don't want her to die.
Well, the kids all woke up and keep talking about going outside. I know we're not allowed out, but can I at least take them into the yard?
No, you children need to stay inside.
Yeah, figured. Boro comes around, we're all dead.
Yes, that too, but I don't like how the wind is blowing now.
Yeah, I feel it too. Really muggy and gross out. And it smells weird too. Kind of like a hot iron. Wonder where it's coming from.
Oh. All the blood. Just slaughtering everyone as he goes. Well, this is fun. What times? Tragedy began under the dim moonlight. A young and beautiful man's blonde hair shimmered in the darkness. His face was filled with madness as he wielded his giant halberd. God, you're so determined to give us your absurd trials. Try and stop me with that power of yours. See, the thing is, the person you need to kill is Capucine, because he's a reliver. And yet, I feel like that was programmed into him. The first victim from the residential district for many of the relivers was a royal guard reaching out to him while on patrol. Boro, Lucas Proust, only needed a few hours. With a population of about 3,000 people, the country of Arpachel was dyed in fresh blood. Jesus. He would go down in history as the worst killer of all time. I mean, how many murderers do you have running around in this fucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, how many serial killers could you possibly have? No! Help! I'll give you all the money you want. I haven't backed myself up yet, so please. Within an hour, he filled the majority of Chedis with blood. You can't read that and say, within an hour, he filled the majority of Shudi with blood, because I'm just saying, that just negates the tragedy that's happening here. When you say Shudi, okay? You're like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm kind of giggling through this whole thing, and it's not because the trauma is funny, it's the only way that I can deal with this, because, like, Jesus, absurd. Hiding inside their homes meant nothing. With his physical strength and halberd, everything fell to ruin. I don't want to die! I never thought it'd be so horrible to die for good! Screams for help burst from each house whose doors were broken through. The relivers who tried to escape were found outside and immediately executed. Fear not! He may be strong, but he's alone! We can beat him by numbers! The Corps and the Royal Guard appeared to stop the threat. With over 50 of them, they didn't doubt their victory in the slightest. I do. But Lucas laid waste to them all without suffering even a scratch. Slice, sweep, rust, crush. Surrounding Lucas everywhere he went were screams, blood, and bodies. Only 3 remained. Oh no! No, 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 no. Listen, you can't do this. Please don't kill my precious adult, Lucas. I can't look at you the same way if you kill everybody. I forgave Anko because I was like, there's a part of me that thinks that he's got multiple versions of himself and he's like a time traveler, so he just comes back and he'll be fine. And he was fine, but you can't kill them. They'll never come back. I don't know if I can forgive you. I know it's the tragic end, but like, damn it, what the fuck? And don't retreat. We have to stop him here with our lives. This country is finished if he escapes into Coen or Cernaval. Go after him with the intent to kill. Yeah, don't gotta tell us twice. Oh, Hugo, though, is not gonna... Listen, Lucas might not... I don't think all of the people that he slaughtered in the Corps and the Guard were all relivers, you know, but that's the only thing that might save even Adolphe, but I think at this point Lucas is so lost in the madness that it doesn't matter, friend or foe, relive or not, anybody who gets anywhere near him is dead. Still can't believe it. The old boss's son was Boro. The halberd came for Hugo, who shouted as he swung his sword. It was a merciless blow without passion. Oh god, I'm so tense. Hugo! Eve rushed forward to somehow parry the oncoming halberd before it struck its mark. Oh, thank god. Eve just being the little savior of fucking everybody right now, Jesus. Don't you die, precious! Instead, his collarbone was shattered.
I barely blocked it, and it still got me good. I never expected to find out how strong Lucas was like this.
Well, he already broke your rib, so...
That's too dangerous facing him head on. Just parry and dodge.
Easier said than done. I'm not a battle warrior like you guys. Eve didn't stop and focused on parrying the incoming blows. Oh god, guys. I can't breathe.
Lucas, what are you doing?
It didn't seem like Lucas heard anything that was being said. Why was he on such an evil rampage? The question couldn't be answered, and neither could his expression be seen during his furious attack until I come running in. Stop it! Arrows came flying toward him, but they were swatted down with a sweep of his halberd. Adolphe clicked his tongue and shouted,
What did you do with Spacey? If you killed her, I'm gonna make you pay with your life.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we just rewind for a hot second? Can we just look at Adolphe's sexy, angry eyes? Sir, can't do that right now. Like, I'm over here like, oh god, he's gonna kill them all. Oh, hey, Adolphe, look at those fucking eyes. Jesus. You can't do that to me, right? Actually, thank you for that, because now my body is not, like, seriously clenched in tension, waiting for all my boyfriends to die, but, like, look at his angry, beautiful eyes. God, I love this game. Everybody's so fucking hot. Spacey. That simple name was all that was needed. For a moment, Lucas stopped moving. He roared mindlessly with murky black eyes. His sanity was completely lost. If so, then perhaps the massacre was something he didn't want to do. They knew how kind and compassionate he was, and they finally realized that short period of turmoil would create a new tragedy. Lucas raised his halberd high into the air as he let out a silent scream.
Everyone, run!
Maybe they could have been the best of friends. No. Alas, the killer mercilessly, cruelly, unknowingly reaped the lives around him. Oh no. Okay, that got me. Did not just kill him. Oh no. I can't. Okay. Okay, There are tears in my eyes. They did not spill forth, but my vision's a little blurry, I'm not gonna lie. Like, no, you did not just kill my preciouses! Oh no! Like, look, when we get to their tragic ends, I expect them to die or something bad to happen, you know what I mean? So, like, when that happens, you're like, oh, it hurts, but I expected it. They wasn't expecting that, and that hurts a little bit more than it should. Fuck. I somehow persuaded the reluctant Anko to let me share the information I knew with a member of the corps nearby. We headed for Cernaval via Chedis, but please don't show them. How horrible. Massacred them all with brute force. Lucas was nowhere to be found. Death and tragedy was left in his wake. Please I can almost pretend they're alive if you don't confirm it. Disfigured corpses lay strewn across the area, and the smell of iron filled the air. I couldn't see a single survivor. Didn't make it in time. He said no. He said he didn't want to kill others anymore. Seeing me stumble with despair, Anko gently supported me. I'm sorry. I had discovered his identity sooner. I could have at least kept you away from him. Identity? I thought you knew who he was when you told me the deaths weren't resolved. You said the deaths related to Boro were just the beginning. I cannot disclose much to you, but I was under the impression that another person was the culprit. But he discovered that the person he suspected was not only innocent, but also didn't exist. That's... It was why he investigated further to find out who Boro really was. Found out it was Lucas and was killed once by him for discovering the truth. Okay, so he did kill Anko. But Anko came back, but can we confirm, because I feel like that ending made me think that, like, they're dead, but I want them to be like, no, we managed to get away, and, like, maybe they're okay, but, like, I need you to confirm, because not knowing is, like, this is killing me. Anko spoke with great regret when, I hear a weak voice. He quickly moved some of the bodies that lay on the ground to find... See? Oh, they're not dead. Okay, they're not. Okay, they're not. Okay. Oh, dear God. Okay. I might cry in relief, I'm not gonna lie. Jesus. That doesn't mean Hugo's not dead. Oh, God. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. Eve, Adolphe! He probably tried to stop Lucas in battle. Found Eve barely holding on to consciousness while Adolphe was out cold. Wounds. Wait, let me stop the bleeding. With the help of Anko, I tore my clothes and somehow bandaged their wounds. I hope they don't die. Oh, thanks. I think Hugo's around, so please check on him too. Yes, I will. So you just... I stopped mid-sentence from utter shock, seeing the horribly injured body that we moved away from Eve earlier. Hugo? Oh, no! Oh, why? Look, Anko looks really stressed about this. Why does Anko look really pained? He was on top of Eve and took a horrible blow in his place. It seemed as if Eve was in such a haze that he didn't notice the body of his best friend beside him. Like, listen, we might get into Eve's route and find out, like, Hugo is a terrible, horrible, rotten, no good, very bad person. Like, we seem to keep finding with all the side characters, but right now, in this moment in time, Hugo deserved better. He was a good boy. Stop it. Aww. I mean, again, at least 2 out of the 3 survived, but still, what the fuck? Oh, I don't like it anymore. Stay strong. It's not the right time to disclose the truth. I somehow nodded as I shook with disbelief. Anko looked like he was kind of upset about this. Do you know him, sir? I mean, I feel like you know everybody, and maybe you know them via watching us, or you just... But he seemed really, like, pained by that. So, like, interesting. I would introduce myself if time were not of the essence. And yet you looked really pained about Hugo, like you knew him, but you don't know... okay, well, anyway. Do you know how many victims fell to Boro? Lucas Proust?
At least 100.
So many lives in such a short time. Were they all relivers? Eve nodded weakly. So that's okay. So that was why he basically mortally wounded them. He didn't kill them. If they die of their injuries, that's different. He's only killing relivers. So Eve and Adolphe got in the way. They got knocked the fuck out. Would he have killed them if they kept trying to fight him? I mean, it seems like the answer would be no, but...
Malthus, he ran outside surprised to hear that Boro appeared. John chased after him to protect him, but he was mistaken for a reliver, and he somehow protected Malthus, made him run to safety, but so many died. So many.
So, like, I would be more sad that Jean died, except for we know that, like, he's like, he was mistaken for a reliver. Well, about that. See, it's kind of funny, like, obviously you do Mathis first, but if you did this route first, you would have been like, oh, Jean, poor Jean died, and then when you do Mathis right, you'd be like, oh, it's because you were a reliver, you son of a bitch! Secretly. Can't be.
I am not surprised. And there's no other way to distinguish relivers from humans, apart from the marks on their skin.
Unko then stopped asking him questions, sensing that any more was too much for him to bear now. And I do feel like Lucas is just killing indiscriminate, like anyone that is getting near him. So like the Royal Guard, the Corps, anyone. There might be something inside of him because he recognized my name that he might recognize Eve and Adolphe and be like, don't fucking kill them. There's something deep inside that stopped him from full on killing them. Or hey, once they stopped attacking him, he was good. You know, I don't know. They might have just lucked out. But he then picked up an arrow, snapped in two. See arrows in the air, then even my tricks won't be effective. Lucas had finally reaped the life of someone close to him. The endless despair was overwhelming. That man was in front of me now. I yelled at him to return the past he stole from Lucas. To return Nadia. That wouldn't happen. Unlike water, time flowed only in one direction. It wasn't that I was hoping to find happiness with him. I wanted to spend the remainder of his life indulging the little selfishness he had. I wanted to be with him and repent with him for all he had done. God won't even grant us such a small wish. I know it was impossible now, but I still couldn't hold back my tears. God might grant you that wish in the salvation ending, and then he's still gonna die, though, which is gonna suck. Uncle looked at me with a pained expression.
Says, you see now, you can no longer hear our words. Let me take you somewhere safe to wait until his life comes to an end.
Unco's suggested course of action. Sorry. Can't do that.
What?
Like, eh? I shook my head. All this time I've been confused. So I've never once said to my teacher who had gone mad. You can't take it anymore. You can say you want help. It's okay to voice your anger. You saved me in the past by telling me I don't need to be strong all the time. It's my turn to save you. Tell him that he doesn't need to be strong anymore. I promised.
I understand that his situation is a terrible one, but already gone past the boundaries of what's considered forgivable. So why are you still...
It was obvious. Because I love him.
Anko's like, girl, I can't even with you right now.
I know it's strange. I don't understand my feelings either. I must have looked like the fearsome death as I smiled in the midst of chaos and tragedy. Of course, I've been let down by how he deceived me for so long. But I admit I've lost. I can't seem to bring myself to hate him, even now. My sense of judgment feels completely dull now, but still. I was sure Lucas was waiting for me, even in his madness. I see. Unco's face warped for some reason upon seeing my smile. I understand your feelings toward him. How do you plan on stopping his massacre? I hope you do not believe that simply calling his name will bring him back. Surely you must have a better plan. I'll figure it out when I get there. I'm working on it. I took a breath. Of course. All the pain I felt suddenly disappeared. I do have a plan to stop him. But I need your help, Unco. How so? I whispered my plan as a nearby house crumbled to the ground. What? I whispered my plan as a house just crumbled to ash next to... What the fuck? After hearing my plan, Unco's expression showed disbelief, then rage. My. Unbelievable. That's outrageous. Dear princess, have you gone mad? I'm completely sane, and I'm prepared for whatever happens. I'm sorry, I'm staring at Ongo because... Okay, alright, okay. You know what, Alright, this is crazy, but... Well, this whole fucking game is crazy. Why is that face he's giving me right now? Because I don't think he's ever given us this face before, and now it's like, why when you're giving me that face, does it feel like Adolphe giving me that face? Did they just draw them really similar, or like, you know what? No, okay. It's also that hand pose, because that was the, and then Adolphe does the reverse, but it's up, and I was like, and now that face is like, don't say anything. Don't say anything, because we're far, far, far from, but they're both in the same, neither one of them has a route, they have a combined route. So, like, I figured there's something about the two of them, and then whatever. And I was gonna say, we've never seen them in the same place at the same time, except for, like, right here, but Adolphe is, like, zonked out. So technically, Eve has talked to Anko, okay? And Anko just looked really distraught and upset. I mean, that could have just been, like, whatever, but it was that, why do you look really upset that Hugo's dead? You would if... Listen, Lucas is Bordeaux, Mathis is not a real boy, and if Adolphe and Anko are somehow tied together in some kind of weird... I'm just saying! Anko is like a time traveler! Are you... I just... because he knows what's happening, and you would know what's happening if you were here. I'm just... Okay, alright, look, it's just that face right now. Those eyes are like... it's not even the same color, but obviously you wouldn't look exactly the same. Listen, I don't... Okay, just whatever, I'm gonna let it go. But, like, that face is... Stop it. Giving me Adolphe face right now, there's something about this look that you have never given me before. And, like, that's weirding me out a little. And your routes are tied together. I kind of figured we'd go down them and then, like, you'd have, like, a choice and there'd be, like, a split at the end or something between one or the other, but but, like, now it's like, well, maybe that's why they're together, because that's still not fair, though, because you don't get two sides. If they're two sides of the same damn coin, I want both sides, you know what I'm saying? But, like, anyway, that's a Dolphin face, though, and that's fucking weirding me out a little bit, but I know it'll cause you suffering, so I'm sorry to even ask. It also it doesn't really explain how you were dead and then you came back, but I'm just saying that's the time traveler thing. I knew what I was asking of him was selfish, especially given how he had kept watch over me all this time. But actually, but they're two different voice actors and everything, so that's kind of cool, because, like, if it was the same voice actor, that would have kind of given... I'm not saying that that's exactly what's happening here, but, like, if it is, having two different voice actors for the character is actually better, because then you don't think that it... Like, you know what I mean? Like, Lucas, you're like, okay, you put Dice Garrett on there. what's his name? Yeah. But, like, you're gonna put in Saint Germain in here, and you're like, yeah, Daisuke here. I get the Daisuke's mixed up sometimes in my brain, but yeah. But you're gonna put him in here, and you don't think that I think he's stabby? You know what I mean? It's like putting Nobuhiko Okamoto as a voice, and you're like, listen, he's usually playing a psycho. He's usually playing a bad guy, so, like, you're not gonna convince me that he's not, like, not all the time, obviously. Elchrist from Fire Emblem Engagement, he's adorable. So, like, but you know what I mean? Like, but generally, anytime you've been in Otome games, kind of stabby too. So, like, I don't know. You're typecasting things. So, like, if you're gonna, you know what I mean? So, like, if you put a voice actor in that's like, oh, he is usually playing an asshole or like a stabby character, I'm gonna get a little sus. You know what I mean? But doing. Actually, you know what I just noticed looking at this? Anko is Tsukiyomi from Olympia Soiree. Of course you are. You're both fucking Nutter Butter characters. You're both in the same. Yeah, no, that works out really well. But you know what I mean? I feel like doing, like, if they did the same, you'd be like, oh, that's too obvious. You know what I mean? And I feel like they've done that in other games before. There was another game somewhere where they had, and I was like, don't look at the cast list because that ruins when you see. I think I just thought of what game it was. It was like, don't look at the credits because you find out that. I know exactly what game it is, but I'm not going to say it to ruin that. Because listen, I sometimes spoil other games because I just feel like everyone that's watched this has watched everything else. Like, but, you know, certain cute fluffies were certain, you know, anyway. You probably know at this point what game I'm talking about. It was like, don't look at the credits because then you're going to see the voice actor is the same for these two roles and then you know, and then you could piece it together. So if you don't look at it, you don't know. You know, but there's two different voice actors. So if they're the same side of the same coin, somehow they at least didn't ruin it for you that way. But you did just give Anko a Dolphin face, so that, I don't know. And listen, that could just be me reading into, I don't know. Listen, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Anyway. I had no intention of stopping now. You won't reconsider, you? Yes. He has committed so many sins that there's no going back, and now I'm just like, Anko trying to protect us is very much like a Dolphin trying to protect us. Like, I can't. Fuck, I'm gonna be seeing this all the time now. Okay. So my role now is to prevent him from ruining as many lives as possible, and not killing other boyfriend. Be specific. I don't want to have anyone else stop him besides me. That bastard. How despicable that a sinner would increase my workload to this extent. To think that he was able to capture the heart of my partner so quickly. I am quite jealous. No punishment in Hades will ever be enough for him. Anko's voice shook as he spoke words that didn't fit the situation. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how you're actually saying those. Like, are you like, I'm gonna actually fucking torture him? Or like, I'm gonna torture him? Like, I'm joking? Or like, are you angry serious? I assumed it was his way of saying yes. Eve, I'm gonna borrow your sword. I picked up the rapier sitting on the ground next to the now unconscious Eve. I lowered my head to Anko. You please help me stop my teacher, who's doing too much to be strong. If that is your desire, dear princess, I will offer you my immortal body as many times as you want. Well, that's just precious and adorable, and how do we not love you? Even if you're not the other side of the Adolphe coin, it's fine, I still love you anyway. I love you as a whole individual or half another person. I don't even know. I'm just saying, this game's a little fucking weird that I wouldn't be shocked at this point. Urged on by the hatred implanted into his mind, Lucas arrived at the base of Reliver technology. The guards looked from afar at the man who drew blood from those around him and was now intruding on restricted property. They knew exactly the threat he posed from hearing the tragedy that struck Chedis and the entrance of the Institute, which was why they didn't hold back in either offense or defense, showing no mercy. Oh god, if he kills Cyan, I'm gonna be so mad. He killed Hugo! And they just did such a buzz, like, oh, Hugo, he's dead. Anyway, what the fuck? But to be fair, that's on me though, because like it was like I think you just killed all of them, and then when you see like Eve and Adolphe are alive, and then you're like, okay, you only killed Hugo, and then it just you feel relief that 2 out of the 3 are alive. So poor fucking Hugo, he got really the raw end of the stick there, didn't he? Poor fucking Hugo. I don't feel... I'm still sad. Don't get me wrong. That traumatized me when Eve was starting to say run and then it just cut off like they were all dead. No. My eyes watered. I'm like, I can't see clearly. My eyes are wet. They're blurry. What's happening? But like, I can just pretend in my head, no, we were wrong. Hugo's fine. I can pretend. I'm delusional enough to pretend. Lower the barrier! Don't let him get to the director! Please don't let him get to the director! Or Michelle will fall to ruin if he gets to him or destroys the facility. The guards drew their bows in preparation for the siege. Thick glass wall lowered from the ceiling. 5 seconds before the barrier shuts! We got this place secured if he's that far away. Oh, no, you don't! The hallways and corridors leading to the lab to which Cyan and the others had evacuated were shut away with barriers. He may be a monster, but he was still human. The guards reveled in a sense of victory, thinking that he wouldn't be able to break through the fortified glass wall. Lucas took a step forward toward the gloating men. Another step forward. And another. Lucas lowered himself and quickly pushed off the floor. In an instant, he was in front of the guards. Oh! The death toll for the guards was now 5. Lucas boldly moved onward past the screaming and the deaths. None of the walls touched the floor in time, and Lucas quickly slipped under them with superhuman speed. And the worst part is, though, we're going to get in there and not be able to get in because we can't bust through a glass wall or fucking Indiana Jones under it. Everyone at the Institute was a reliever. Which was why Lucas had no remorse or concern about killing anything that moved. I thought I clicked the button, and I was like, it's taking a long time. I didn't. Okay. He killed and killed, but the hatred swirling in his chest didn't die. Oh, dear God. Oh, God. Cyan Brofis. They'll kill you with my own hands. Please don't, though.
Let's see you kill me then.
Oh, that was the weirdest voice.
Let's see you kill me then.
Beyond the door he destroyed was a device used specifically to manufacture relivers, and...
Very interesting. It's the first time I've seen an anomaly like you.
Look at this cocky son of a bitch. This cocky, rumpled little son of a bitch. He's just standing here like... Alright, come and get me then. I don't know why! You are probably gonna die here, sir, but you're gonna put up a goddamn good fight and it's gonna be hot as shit. Please don't fucking die here. Please don't. Like, listen, I know we're in Lucas's route and we're supposed to be like, poor Luke, but Lucas, don't fucking touch Cyan, okay? I can't help it. I love this little bitch. He's my favorite. He's just got a chokehold on me, this slutty little whore. Look, if anyone was the little man slut in this game, it'd be fucking Cyan. You know it. Okay? He is the man slut without being a man slut. He's your slutty little grandpa, and I'm fucking here for it. Cyan clapped his hands, welcoming Lucas and the destruction he caused. I mean, he's like, finally, something interesting is happening. And then Lucas gives you angry bitch face that's just beautiful. Good God. Lucas leapt toward his target like a beast, but...
I never expected I'd be able to observe you this closely. I suppose it's your way of teaching me about yourself. Very well. I will use this opportunity to satisfy my curiosity.
Cyan scoffed as he evaded the strike. Oh my God. Cyan continued to smile while narrowly dodging the successive attacks. Like, Cyan is just so much hotter right now. In the corner of the room was a small figure. The halberd's blowing wind this far! He's stronger than expected! Cyan, why the heck are you trying to rile up such a dangerous person?
Shut up! It's part of my strategy. If you have the time to talk, hurry up and disable the lock. Not like I can keep this up forever.
Understood. What the hell? Who the heck hacked into our system to lock us in here? Dalit typed into the system as quickly as possible, complaining about being locked in. Cyan was focused on evading the attacks as cold sweat appeared on his skin, still figuring out the secret behind Lucas's power. I absolutely love, though, that he came in with this bravado like, alright, bring it on, bitch! And then is like, please fucking hurry up and do the lock, I can't keep this up forever. Ah! I was like, what kind of superhuman is Cyan? No, he's just quick, but also like, fuck, hurry up, dude, I'm gonna die.
His muscles are abnormally strong despite his slight figure. Mere talent and physical traits aren't valid reasons for his strength.
He is like dodging him and analyzing him at the same time. I'm sorry, like, this is ridiculous.
Can he be the opposite of his sister? A person with a genetic disorder that strengthens his body? Is that even possible?
Though it was hard to believe, it would make sense that the siblings would both possess unusual muscular properties. Sister. Oh, we got a sister. Suddenly, Lucas stopped in his tracks. Dear sister, Nadia. She did her best to live. Why her? Why did that happen? I'm so. And he's starting to, like, his eyes look like they're tearing up, but also they look angry, and it's just so beautiful. He understood it now.
Someone took away your ability to think.
That was one of the worst forms of torture that Cyan could imagine as a researcher. Coming to that realization led him to the thought of a scientist stupid enough to do such a foolish thing. He had a hunch as to why he would do that.
Did something happen to Nadia? She wasn't looking well the last time I saw her, so I was worried that it had something to do with you.
Lucas didn't respond to Donald's words. He suddenly went into a coughing fit and fell to the floor, spitting blood from his mouth. Donald's like, oh thank God, he's on the verge of death! That is the only thing that's going to stop Lucas. Cyan could tell immediately that it was because his time was up.
I suppose the end was inevitable. If only we could have kept him alive. Even if I attempted to make him a reliver, he would only fight me the entire way.
Cyan frowned as he thought about what he could do.
Cyan!
Lucas grabbed the pole of the halberd that lay next to him. A single swipe. Ah! Cyan tried to evade the attack, but his left leg separated from his body. It's okay, he's got backups. I like how he's like, well, what the fuck? Lucas then used the momentum against the genius presiding over life in this country. I mean, it's not going to help if Lucas destroys the facility. The halberd came swiftly from above, and Cyan Brophy sprayed the air with blood from his chest and fell to the ground dead. You did not just fucking kill my boyfriend! Really, I feel like as long as the equipment doesn't get destroyed, Cyan probably has a backup, because I'm sure he backs himself up regularly, but like... Oh, no. I want to be more sad about this than I am, but I really feel like, again, unless Lucas destroys the equipment, Cyan's not really dead. He's a reliver, and I mean, hi. If some other people, I haven't backed myself up yet! I'm pretty fucking sure Cyan keeps regular backups of his data, okay? Seriously, Cyan's gonna be... He's your grandpa. Kids, back up your shit, okay? So unless Lucas destroys the computer, we're probably fine. He then destroyed the backup unit in the laboratory where Cyan may have kept his stock of lives. Well, now that sucks! Oh. Witnessing the destruction, Donut shuddered from where he stood near the locked exit.
You've got to be kidding. If he keeps that up, there's no way anyone can come back as a reliver.
Donut immediately gave up on disabling the lock. He then glanced at the duct large enough for a child to crawl inside. It was okay when you killed the body, but then you just killed all those little backups. He's like, Dad, that's ridiculous. I've also got backups on my computer. I really just want to believe that Cyan has, like, multiple backups in multiple places, because he's just like that, but, like... This ending is the worst one. He just killed everybody. I mean, Adolph ain't even alive, but somehow slipped in before he became Lucas's next victim.
He said something about Nadia. Something terrible must have happened. The doctor assigned her it was Capucine, who I'm sure must be Orty. And if so, that means Nadia's... Screw it, I'm not giving up hope yet.
Not waiting for the halberd to be thrown inside the duct, Dawood crawled his way through to freedom. Well, at least he got out, but you killed Cyan. I don't like this anymore. I really just want to believe he's got a backup of a backup, like, because it was just where he probably keeps his backups. I'm really hoping he's backed up somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, Dawood didn't seem to be too stressed out, like, oh god, what are we gonna do? Cyan's dead! He was like, fuck, if he keeps this up, no one's gonna be able to come back. And it wasn't like, ah, fuck. He was like, you know what I mean? I feel like he should have been more concerned if Cyan was truly dead and gone forevers. But like, I don't want to live in this world. That's okay. We got a short period of time, TikTok, before we all die in this world anyway. But I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.